4600 and get seasoned service for $1,000. The Rain Man and All-Star Sports. You can't do any better.
Tom McCarthy here from Westwood One. Join us for a special NFL Week 18 Saturday doubleheader. Up first, it's AFC West action with the Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. Then Jason McCourty and I will be in Jacksonville for an AFC South showdown between the Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans, with the divisional title and a playoff ticket on the line.
Right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Football season is underway, so now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Because right now, new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's free bets back. If your first bet doesn't win, just sign up with the promo code WIN. FanDuel has all your favorite bets from the money line to point spreads to player props. So sign up today with promo code WIN for your no-sweat first bet. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
Must be present in state where lawful to wager. 21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit fanduel.com/RG. Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. Arizona 1-800-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat. Connecticut 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Indiana, Kansas 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com. Louisiana 1-877-770-STOP. New York 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789. Wyoming, West Virginia 1-800-522-4700 or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis. Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Oh, yeah. 4.9-liter V8, 0 to 60, and I'm about to find out.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan, Harder is always in the house. It is 12 o'clock on a Thursday, so it's time to talk with Evie Van Pelt. You know you can check all her workout at the Rebel Walk. Go to therebelwalk.com. It's your #1 source for all things Ole Miss. Also follow her on Twitter at Ole Miss Evie. I appreciate her joining me every single Thursday. In fact, I'm going to bring her in. Jay, bring in Miss Evie Van Pelt. What's up, Evie?
What's up with you? Jay and I were just talking about the beautiful sunshine we've all got today. It's wonderful, isn't it?
It's been pretty crazy. We went through that freeze where everything was frozen, pipes were frozen, people were like freaking out. Jay was coming in here stinky, said he couldn't shower, it was too cold, and now all of a sudden the sun is shining and the new year's back, and I'm like, what is going on? This world is absolutely wild. Before we get into some of the Ole Miss minutia with basketball and all the stuff that's going on with Kermit Davis, I thought this was pretty exciting. Did you see last night that the 15 finalists to get inducted to the NFL Hall of Fame were popped out there?
Patrick Willis.
Oh,
yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I was so excited to see that, and I've been thinking about this, and I went through all 15 of them, and if you don't know who's out there, they got first-timers Dwight Freeney, Joe Thomas, Darrelle Revis. You also have, of course, Reggie Wayne, Willie Anderson, kick returner Devin Hester, Andre Johnson, Jared Allen, Zach Thomas, DeMarcus Ware, Rondé Barber, Darren Woodson, Albert Lewis, and, of course, Patrick Willis. I went through this. You only get 5 votes. And I went through this bad boy, and I have to say, like, right off the top, I think you have to take Joe Thomas and Darrelle Revis. They're clearly, like, I know it's their first ballot. Put those bad boys in. I kind of like Andre Johnson up in there. If you're the best linebacker for almost a decade and leave on top of the game by your choice, I'm putting Patrick Willis in there. And I'm not sure exactly who gets my last spot. Does Patrick get inducted this year?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I sure think he should. If I had to pick an NFL linebacker, or a few NFL linebackers, past or present, that I would want on my team, I'm going to pick Patrick Willis every single time. So I know he hasn't gotten in on a few other votes, I believe, but I sure hope this is the time.
I think it is. I really do. I'm kind of excited about this, so I'm looking forward to it. Now I got to get over here and talk a little bit of Ole Miss basketball. What
Uh,
is? It's a very tough. It's a little bit tough right now. 3 straight losses. Poor Ole Miss. It's not looking good. They lost to North Alabama, and then Tennessee held them to 59 points. It was only a 4-point game, but they couldn't even get 60. And then Alabama just kind of boat raced them and didn't even look like they were trying. Now they have to play Mississippi State this weekend. Things are a little bit scary for the Rebels right now.
Right, in Starkville. So that's going to be, that's never easy. I just thought it was interesting after the loss to Bama. Kermit in postgame told us, he said, offensively, I think what we're doing is good. We've just got to make shots, which sounds pretty, pretty intuitive there, self-intuitive. But he said, we need to keep giving guys confidence and shoot shots that they can make. He said he was pleased with a lot of the shots that they got. So they just weren't falling. And speaking of that, I'm sure you noticed, you may have even talked about, did you see Ole Miss's 3-point shooting percentage?
Oh, how bad was it?
Oh, John, it was 8%.
Oh,
they were
my goodness.
2 of 24 from beyond the arc. So I think if you're 2 of 24, you're probably going to not win that game, I would think. So
yeah, that's pretty bad right there. And hey, at least you can say that they kept trying.
And well, they did, and one thing that I will say, if I had to point to something that was encouraging, one, they didn't give up. I mean, although at times it might have looked like they did, but they were at one point, they were down 20, 30 points, early, but they did find a way to make it down to, I think, maybe 9 in the second half before kind of Bama pulling away. And let's, I'm not trying to make excuses, but Bama is a very, very good team. I mean, they are a very good team this year. And, one thing I was going to say, we did out-rebound them. So I think we had 48 rebounds to their 39. So, I think there are some things that we can take and build on. But basically, it sounded to me like Kermit said, we just have to make our shots.
Yeah, and it sounds very simple. Again, that's coming out there and saying one of the most simple things in the world is we just got to put the ball in the hole. But it does come down to it. You can't shoot 8% from downtown. Do you think they need to go in a little bit, go inside more often? Or are they just going to live by the 3 and die by it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's going to be interesting. That's a really good question. I think probably at this point, anything is on the table as far as, what in the world they're going to do. But I think that, another thing Kermit said is they would look into experimenting with a smaller lineup, moving Miles Burns to the 4. So I don't know if that means McInnes goes to the bench and Brakefield goes to the 5. I don't know. So, it's just, I've been really impressed with our freshmen thus far. But, we'll see. I think we'll learn a lot this weekend, I think, in Starkville to see kind of where their head is at and what they've been working on. Mississippi State had a pretty big loss to Tennessee this
they got worked.
Themselves.
Heck, right now we got
did.
Mississippi State and Ole Miss going into this game Saturday. By the way, it's a 1:00 tip. You can hear all the action right here on Sports 56, 98.5 FM. Pregame starting at 12:30 on Saturday. But the Rebels are 0-2 in the conference. Mississippi State's 0-2 in the conference. Both teams are desperate for a win in the SEC. Who gets it and why?
Boy, that's a good question. I don't know. I think Ole Miss right now, just to me, I think Ole Miss's defense may give them just a little bit of an edge over State. And like I say, they out-rebounded Alabama. I think they need to build on that. That's what I think Kermit built this roster for, was more defense and more rebounding. So I don't know. I'm going to go with the Rebels. But when you talk about 0-2 on the opposite side, the women's team, Coach Yo's team, is 2-0 in league play, and the last time that happened, it was 2007. So, yay for Coach Yo.
How is, by the way, Coach Yo? Have more people started to come out there and support this basketball team ever since her plea?
Yeah, they have, and I think she commented there was a really big crowd at State for the game where they beat State this last game for the first time in Starkville since 2007. So that was a big, huge win. And I loved seeing the pictures of Coach Yo beforehand that Ole Miss basketball posted. And just, it was before the game, before they were dressed out or anything. She was just kind of standing there on the side, game face. Boy, she had a game face on, and I was really excited to see it. So she's just, doing big things and encouraged a lot of people to come out. They play Vandy. That's their next game. And
that's tonight.
Yeah, it is tonight. And so, she's talked about that yesterday. We had a little media opportunity with her. And so I hope there's a really big crowd for that game.
Well, I hope Kermit Davis can go down and do what Coach Yo did because they went down and beat Mississippi State in Starkville. Hopefully Ole Miss can do the same thing this weekend. But against Coach Yo's teams tonight at home, it's in Oxford against Vanderbilt. I expect them to handle Vanderbilt pretty well, don't you?
Yeah, I do too. I think that they will. And really, Rebels, if you haven't gotten your ticket, get out there and go watch them play in the pavilion tonight. They really do play a fun brand of basketball. They're fun to watch.
All right, now I've got to ask you, how are things going? Because no matter what, it's still SEC football takes the cake on everything. Congratulations, couple guys declared for the NFL. I know you've been talking to them over at the Rebel Walk. Tell us who and tell us what you think they got a chance to make in the National Football League.
Yeah, a couple of those. The most recent ones, Nick Broker declared yesterday for the NFL draft and will forego his final year of eligibility. Nick played tackle his prior 3 seasons and then moved to guard because that's kind of more what he's projected to play at the NFL. And so I think this season he showed a lot of versatility that he could move over from tackle to guard. Zach Evans could have come back, and he has declared for the draft. And I think, oh my gosh, I think both of those guys would be great pickups for an NFL team. So that's going to be fun to watch. And you probably saw this past weekend, Snoop Connor, former Ole Miss running back, last year had his first NFL touchdown.
Yes, I sure did.
Yes, I did. So I know everybody was in their mind saying Snoop, just excited for him. So really wish these Rebels well, and we'll see if they're invited to the Combine, and we'll have all the info on that when it happens.
More painful of a loss, though. Evans, I thought it was more likely that he was going to go to the NFL, get his grade, and he was probably going to bounce. You have Judkins, so a lot of people aren't throwing. But how, is it going to be, is Nick going to leave a big hole in that offensive line?
Yeah, I think that he will. I think that, we've signed a couple of really good offensive linemen, just recruits. Bryson Sanders comes to mind from Tennessee. But yeah, I think anytime you lose somebody with the experience of a Nick Broker who just came right in his freshman year and played, I think that's a big deal, both in his experience and his leadership. I will say that I was also very pleased with our 2 freshman tackles, left tackle and right tackle, Micah Pettis and Jaden Williams. I think both, my goodness, to be playing in the SEC as freshman tackles, they're going to be beasts next year. So I'm looking forward to that. But, there are some kids out there in the portal, Damian George, an offensive lineman from Alabama. There's Matthew Lee, a starting center, a 3-year starting center from UCF, who would be a plug-and-play offensive lineman. I think he can play center. And then I think Caleb Warren, who plays center for Ole Miss this year, can also move over and play some other spots. So I think it's definitely going to hurt losing Broker, but I think that they've got some options there.
Well, I got to also bring up some stuff that doesn't have to do with Ole Miss, but has to do with your alma mater. Because you were an Aggie, right?
I was an Aggie. That's true. I went to Texas A&M, hometown girl. Yes, and I bet you're gonna possibly mention his new offensive coordinator that Jimbo has.
That is exactly what I. Did you expect to ever see Bobby Petrino back in the SEC?
No. But no, and if I did, I think I first would have expected him to be at the Nick Saban School of, coaching,
rehabilitation.
Yep. Yes. So that definitely surprised me, and it surprised me that he left after just 3 weeks at Nevada. Is that, I think, where he was the offensive coordinator? So I don't think the coach there is very happy. So you've got Jimbo and Bobby Petrino and DJ Durkin, and there you go. Now, I mean, I'm laughing and kind of poking fun at Petrino.
No, we like DJ. We like DJ.
Yes,
but my goodness.
No, we like DJ.
But Bobby and Jimbo kind of I bet DJ's looking around that room going, man, what's going on?
Oh, my goodness. Don't you know? And I think, Petrino, I'm laughing, but I mean, he does have a brilliant offensive mind. So I'm really more interested to see if Jimbo really does let go of the offensive play calling, as we've heard that he will. So
well, you would hope so, because I'd hate to say, but Jimbo's offensive has been very vanilla and very bland lately, and it doesn't seem like he can get a quarterback to produce there. He's always got talented wide receivers out the wazoo. Some of them don't stay. I mean, heck, y'all stole five-star A&M wide receiver. I can't remember his name.
Chris Marshall.
That's right.
Yes, really, really excited to get him. He's going to be a good one. And I'm also excited. Ole Miss has, we've talked before about quarterbacks with Luke Altmaier going to Illinois and Kincaid Dent participating in senior day and likely not coming back, although I think he does have a year remaining, but a lot of people don't think he'll return. Ole Miss needs quarterbacks, backup quarterback, whatever. And so they've got coming in this weekend, actually coming in for a visit, they've got Vandy quarterback Mike Wright, and one I'm really excited about is Purdue quarterback Brady Allen. Now, he entered the portal, I think, December 26th after Hudson Card committed to go to Purdue, and Coach Brome at Purdue left to go to Louisville, So he is a big 6'5", 205-pound quarterback who was all-world.
He was the highest-rated quarterback prospect ever to sign at Purdue in their history.
Yes. Mr. Indiana football, literally just broke every record. So he and Mike Wright will both be on campus at some point this weekend in Oxford. So that's interesting. And one other one to keep an eye out is the tight end from Memphis, Caden Prieskorn. I don't know if I'm saying his last name correctly, but really phenomenal tight end, 6'5", 255, played all 13 games this year for Memphis. And that's another huge area of need. So I'm excited to see how these visits go.
Do you think Mike Wright or my man Brady Allen, of course, Vanderbilt's Mike Wright, or Purdue's Brady Allen give Jackson Dart any cause for concern?
It's funny. I read somewhere where Jackson Dart has won every QB competition that he has been in.
That's good.
And so I think he will look at it like he is up for the challenge and bring it. But I think, it's interesting. I think that Brady Allen, I don't know because he is young, but he does have 4 years remaining because I'm assuming he redshirted this year. But I think that they would both push him. And I would look, honestly, with Mike Wright, I think you would probably see some packages for him in the offense next season. Not saying he would, I don't think he would take over Dart's spot, but I think you might see some packages out there for him.
Yeah, because he can run.
Yes, he can.
Yes, he had 7 rushing touchdowns at Vanderbilt, ran for almost 1,000 yards.
And he led them to wins, I think, over Florida and Kentucky. So he was the quarterback then. So, he's obviously a talented guy. But I would be really excited if we could get one of those guys or both. And really, Brady Allen really excites me.
Yeah, Brady Allen has that potential that, I think he threw like 12,000 yards in high school and, again, was the most all-world prospect coming out and went to Purdue, and that was the biggest recruit they ever had in their history and all that stuff. So a lot of exciting things going down there for Ole Miss. Good luck tonight with Coach Yo and the girls. I hope they take care of business and drop Vandy. And good luck to the Ole Miss Rebels as they head to Starkville on Saturday to play Mississippi State. Both teams and desperate for a win, and hopefully Patrick Willis will get into the NFL Hall of Fame. Evie, I appreciate your time so much. I got a text here from Cole Oliver. He says, Evie Van Pelt is my favorite guest on this station, period.
Oh, yay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That
Well,
makes me happy.
Good. It makes us happy every Thursday to talk to you. I hope you have a very happy new year and you're blessed, and we'll do it again soon, dear.
You too. Thank y'all for having me.
That is Evie Van Pelt. Make sure you go to therebelwalk.com, follow The Rebel Walk at The Rebel Walk, and also follow Evie at Evie Van Pelt. Actually, I'm sorry, at Ole Miss Evie. At Ole Miss Evie, people. That is Evie Van Pelt. She is the founder and publisher, of course, of The Rebel Walk. She knows all things Ole Miss. Mr. J. Morgan.
Mr. John.
Hoo-wee.
Did you make that bet yet? You bet on the Celtics yet?
No, I have not bet on the
You got
Celtics
to bet
yet.
on the Celtics.
So you think I need to do this thing right this moment?
Well, if you can get it at 3, I would get it at 3.
You would get it at 3 while it's at 3?
Well, I took it at 2, but if you can get it at 3, you can get it at 3. See, these Mavs have won 7 in a row, but I'm telling you what, those Celtics are due, man.
Well, I was going to do a little NFL talk with you because
Please do. I would love to.
I was seeing some stuff that's kind of fascinating. Lamar Jackson, where are you at, dog? He's still not practicing.
I know. And John Harbaugh, I saw a super cut this morning of the way John Harbaugh.
He was at Supercuts?
No, super cut like it's cut together all of his press conferences.
Just kidding.
I saw a super cut this morning of every question he's answered about Lamar since the injury first happened. And it started with yeah, he might be back this week. If not, in a couple weeks, he'll be back. Then next time it's it's kind of day-to-day, week-to-week right now. We're sure we'll have him back soon. Then it keeps going through, and it finishes at the very end with him just saying, I don't want to address that right now. Let's just talk about the team that we have on the field. Is he holding out, John? For money? Is he taking care of himself now? What's going on? Riddle me this.
I'm riddled. I'm also kind of saddened by this situation because you know what else? Lamar Jackson's not practicing.
I know.
Harbaugh is frustrated. But I'm also frustrated because I wanted Lamar Jackson's single-season rushing record by a quarterback to get shattered by Justin Fields. And I found out today Justin Fields has been ruled out of the Chicago. He's 64 yards shy of setting the single-season quarterback rushing record, again, which Lamar Jackson owns. I've been saying this since the beginning of the year. What did I tell you before the year started? Justin Fields is the better quarterback than Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all said I was crazy.
John, I would never say you're crazy.
I said he can run the ball just as good as Lamar Jackson, but
Don't
he
say
can throw
y'all.
the ball.
I'm
saying you and Gabe.
See,
y'all
you always
chuckled.
group me in with Gabe.
Because y'all are part of 2 and 9.
Gabe's opinions are his opinions. Mine are mine. We both are a part of 2 and 9.
Y'all are both
That's
part
where
of 2
it
and 9.
crosses over.
But I'm just sad because I wanted Justin Fields to get that, but it looks like he has a little hip pointer, so he will not be playing.
Do you want to hear what I heard from Patrick Sheldon, who hosts a Bears podcast in Chicago?
That he loves Matt Eberflus?
He said, we have a caller on 670 right now suggesting that the Bears should draft Anthony Richardson, Tony Rich, and make Fields a slot receiver. How about that? I mean, get Anthony Richardson,
Okay, hold on.
future
You're joking,
Josh
right?
Allen. That's what he's a real caller. I think get future Josh Allen in there at quarterback, move Justin Fields to slot receiver.
That's Tony Rich's dad.
Tony Rich.
That's Tony Rich. Justin Fields does not need to ever be moved from quarterback because guess what? Justin Fields can play the quarterback position from the pocket. I don't know if you remember
But
this.
what if
he beat out Joe Burrow at Ohio State, who Joe Burrow is
played
Joe
the Super
Cool.
Bowl. Played in the Super Bowl.
I mean, everybody loves him a little Joe Burrow.
But
you just wait. Joe Burrow went to a Cincinnati situation with T. Higgins, with Jamar Chase, with Tyler Boyd. Don't forget Samaje Perine, Joe Mixon. He's got some weapons up in that junk. Plus, the defense was pretty good. The offensive line has been bad. He took a lot of sacks, but hey, he's tough. He's a young kid. Justin Fields went to the Bears. The Bears, man.
What if Anthony Richardson is the future Josh Allen, though? Are you saying that Justin Fields is better than Josh Allen? Because that's crazy, John.
No, I didn't.
It sounds like that's what you're saying. It sounds that's what you're saying.
I don't think Tony Rich is ever going to be Josh Allen, okay?
Oh.
And I think that caller was probably Tony Rich's dad.
You think?
I think it was Anthony Richardson's father going, hey, man, y'all going to have a good pick. Want my kid in the NFL?
I think it's a great sports radio call. I want us to have calls like that. 901-360-8255.
You don't answer the phone.
I would. First, here's what you're going to do. You're going to text me your take that's better than that one about anything. And if it is, then I'll say, call me. And then you call the phone and we'll put you on the air. How about that?
Got a question for you, though.
Yeah?
How better NFL quarterback prospect for you, Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud?
I can't evaluate quarterbacks. But I'm going to say Bryce Young. Because he was the best player all year. And Bryce Young is small, but Bryce Young's got a little bit of Patrick Mahomes in him, John. He creates plays in ways that, plays that are totally dead, he'll just run around and make a throw. And so I don't think he's exactly like Patrick Mahomes, but he's got a little Patrick Mahomes in him. As for Ohio State and C.J. Stroud, I don't think I've watched that guy play all year, John.
That is...
So I can't answer, honestly.
You didn't watch Ohio State against Georgia?
No, I didn't. I watched the end. I saw the end.
I am so worried about you.
Why?
Look, I like Bryce Young,
Hey,
but let me tell you something.
You didn't watch the Magic and the Thunder last night.
Listen, you are bigger than Bryce Young. Well, you are a lot bigger than Bryce Young, actually. You're
Am
like
I?
6'1",
6'2", yeah.
He's like 6 feet tall at $180. Like you're
And
like
they're giving him
6'2", like
giving him
215?
No, like 200.
I thought you were a little fatter than that.
I that's 200. That's exactly right. That's me a little chunky.
Dead gummit, man.
Yeah.
So am I fat?
I'm like 185, 190, a healthy weight. I'm about 200 right now.
Well, I think C.J. Stroud is the better prospect in the NFL, personally. He can throw every single pass. He's bad to the bone. I mean, let's see, 2021, he threw 44 touchdowns. I think this year he threw for 41, so that's like 85 touchdowns the last 2 years. Does Bryce Young have a Heisman? Absolutely. But how many quarterbacks from Alabama have to go to the NFL before we realize that Alabama quarterbacks are surrounded with, just better talent than everybody else? And Bryce Young is smaller than Tua. He's got a noodle arm just like Mac Jones. And I don't know if you know this, he can't run the ball like Jalen Hurts because he'll get crushed. So,
and if you're Jalen Hurts, you get that both in
and
college
Jalen
and
Hurts
the NFL.
is by far, he's the best quarterback prospect out of Alabama, but he had to leave Alabama and go to Oklahoma.
He's got the best NFL team, too, of all the Alabama
Well, you know what?
quarterbacks.
He's just a lucky guy. He got to play with a good Alabama team. He got to play with a good Oklahoma team, and now he's playing with a good NFL team.
The best offense in the NFL.
Yeah, A.J. Brown, that wide receiver out of where?
Ole Miss,
son.
I almost said Alabama.
Is balling, by the way.
I almost said Alabama.
But yeah, I think C.J. Stroud is a better pro prospect.
Speaking
by
of
the way, C.J. Stroud and Justin Fields, both Ohio State quarterbacks, better than the Alabama quarterbacks. I say yes. But Jalen Hurts is having a hell of a year, though. Kind of skews it. Tua is
how can
horrible.
we say that about Jalen Hurts, but not Tua?
The
Dolphins have been just as bad without Tua as the Eagles have been without Jalen Hurts.
Oh, really? Let me ask you a question. Do you know that one of the most important things about being a professional athlete is
availability?
Availability.
It's the best.
When is Tua ever available?
That's a fair point.
He's always injured. Stop it. If it's not his ankle, it's his concussions. And if it's not his concussions, it's his noodle arm.
If it's not one thing, it's another.
He's always got something going on with this guy. Come on, toughen up, bucko.
He's got like the second highest passer rating in the NFL, I think. Isn't that right?
Oh, great.
I think that's right.
You know what? If you don't play in any of the games,
it doesn't matter.
Who's playing quarterback for Miami this week? Right now, we're like praying it's Teddy Two Gloves.
No, I hope it's Skyler. You know what's crazy is Skyler was terrible every year in college, and then he has a great preseason, and now he's good. It's crazy.
By the way, Nathan Peterman's going to get to start this week for the Bears. Did you know that? Did you know he was still in the NFL?
Say it again.
Nathan Peterman.
Oh, Peterman. Yeah, he's starting this week.
You don't
for the Bears.
Yes, Nathan Peterman. Remember his first game ever in the NFL?
Peterman. Oh, he was terrible.
He was like 3 interceptions.
He was also a former Vol.
Yes, and then he went to Pittsburgh. He had to leave the Vols and go to Pittsburgh if he wanted to keep playing because he was horrible.
And I think he played for John Gruden in Las Vegas, too. He was a Raider for a time. Nate Peterman's been everywhere.
Nate Peterman's still collecting a check. We're going to take a quick break because we have Hardenwood on the other side.
He's going to take Justin Fields' job after this week.
No, I don't think so. Don't touch that now. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
A good friend of mine told me about this awesome place for lunch.
Oh, yeah? What's the name?
Neil's Grill and Bar, where the fat man rocks. Everybody knows Neil.
Where's it located?
It's located in Yorkshire Square off Quince.
And what's it like?
The best lunch place in Memphis. You know, like real mashed potatoes and gravy. Everything is made from scratch. Monday through Friday, daily lunch specials like Monday baked chicken, Italian Tuesday, spaghetti, ravioli, Italian spinach, delicious fried catfish, fried chicken livers every Wednesday, Friday, Salisbury steak, barbecue chicken, or if you just want a vegetable plate, the best veggies in town.
What about the lunch price?
Meat and 2 veggies, $8.95. Meat and 3 veggies, $10.95. And veggie plate, $9.95. Big fat boy portions, man.
Man, you're making me hungry.
Come hear the best live local music at Neil's. Eddie Smith plays Sundays 5 to 9, Mondays karaoke, Tuesdays Debbie Jameson, Wednesdays Elmo and the Shades, Thursdays John Williams and the A440 Band at Neil's.
Where the fat man rocks.
Everyone needs protection, whether you're on the field or on the road, so make sure you have the best. Bob Simpson State Farm Insurance can buckle you up with auto insurance, can back you up with life and health insurance, cover your business whether it's starting, growing, or maturing, and don't forget to insure your home, no matter if you're an owner or a renter. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call Bob Simpson today at 901-381-1233 or go online and get a free quote at bobsimpson.org. Stay protected with your good neighbor, Bob Simpson.
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house. And by the way, yes, that is a real bell. My man Mark Gomez says, curious about the bell, real or sound effect? No, it's real, bro. He brings that joint in every day.
Except the one day I forgot it this week.
Yeah, and that was a really bad show.
Like the first
it kind of messed up my show, man.
It messed up the whole vibe. You know, John, I'm a little offended still.
I think your bell's more popular than I am.
It's more popular. It's certainly more popular than me. The bell is the most popular thing that the microphone picks up in this room during your show. That's for sure. You were making fun of me, John, because I didn't watch Georgia and Ohio State. Well, you know, somebody has to watch the Knicks and the Spurs. Somebody has to watch the Magic play the Thunder in Orlando.
That is true.
You know, somebody has to do it. How about a thank you? No one ever thanks me for doing all this. They always like to make fun of me. Oh, you didn't watch the biggest game that took place on that day. Excuse me. That's a Steve Martin joke.
Not bad, by the way.
Thanks, man.
Now, I got a great one for you. Tito's. When life hands you lemons, don't freak out. Just make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with Tito's handmade vodka. I don't know if you know this. It's past 12:30. Feel like if you don't know this, it ain't morning drinking anymore. It's day drinking, and it's a thirsty Thursday. Go get you some Tito's. Tito's is perfect no matter what you make it with. You can make it a little vodka tonic. You can make a Cosmo. You make a little vodka cranberry. Whatever you make is going to be delicious because Tito's has a unique flavor. Slightly sweet with a black pepper note. Balances everything out. Doesn't matter if you're crafting a cocktail or drinking it neat. Plus, this ain't no Russian vodka, man. This is straight up made right here in America. It's also 100% gluten-free. Don't want that gluten? Get you some Tito's. Plus, it's just the 3-time winner of the best vodka tonic in the world. Tito's handmade vodka. When life hands you lemons, just make a lemon drop. Make sure it's with Tito. Gabe Kuhn came in and says, Stroud is so much better than Bryce. Please. And then he put question mark. Yes, Stroud is better than Bryce Young because Bryce Young will not be available because he will be crushed, Gabe.
Like Tua.
He will be crushed by people like you who are big guys.
Well, Gabe played offense.
I'm
so
just
that would
saying.
Be friendly
I'm
fire
just saying.
In that regard.
What if Gabe fell on or stepped on Bryce Young and fell back on him, and next thing you know, the little guy get crushed.
Friendly fire.
Poor little guy. Little guy. I'm gonna get off C.J. Stroud.
You're gonna get off.
And Bryce Young.
Oh, okay.
And now it's time to do a little bit of hardwood. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
This is Access Hardwood.
You seem very excited during the break about your hardwood.
I've got so many stories today, and you're going to see why I'm really excited about this first one, John. You ready?
I have a great hardwood, too, that has to do where a woman, you know how I was accused of being somewhat sexist with some of my comments?
Yeah, I've heard it.
This is womanist or sexist towards this.
It's still sexist.
But let me just tell you something. This is more powerful. In fact, I got to tell this story before you.
You go first, John.
Do you know who Gabrielle Union is?
Oh, yeah, this is wild.
She's married to Dwayne Wade.
She didn't used to be.
She used to be married to the running back Chris Howard, who did not spend a lot of time in the NFL. You know that, right?
He did not.
Didn't make a lot of money either. Did you know that that's Gabrielle Union's first husband?
I do.
Do you know what she said why she cheated on Chris Howard all the time?
Because tell why.
She said she felt entitled to cheat on her husband because she said, I paid all the bills.
I would like to hear what she actually said, because that has to be clickbait.
No. This is not clickbait. I went through and checked out the podcast.
Oh, you listened to the pod?
She said, I wish I had more guilt for the way I treated him. She said it was dysfunctional from day one. She said, I'm paying all the bills. I felt entitled to do what I want. She's like, I was working my bleep off, paying all this man's bills. It was dysfunctional. So she wished she had more guilt. She doesn't. She said it was a stupid relationship that should have never gotten out of the dating phase. She said it did. She said we got married. And then she just said she would go home and he would be sitting on the couch and she'd be like, you used to be an NFL running back. So then she was, started cheating.
That's sad.
Kind of feels like the other side of the coin was just flipped, if you know what I'm saying.
See, that was a comment. I didn't think.
See, it's not a sexist comment. It's a power comment.
The power comment.
It's the power. It's like if you want to be in a good relationship that's healthy, I figured it out. Marry somebody that's your equal. What do you think?
That's why she married Dwayne Wade.
And I feel like D-Wade, I feel like she actually married up on this one. D-Wade, I feel like bigger than Gabrielle Union, but they're equal enough. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
And they got a good thing going.
John, I've got a story for you. You ready? I was really excited.
Entitled to cheat. How many guys do you think have felt entitled to cheat but just didn't have the cojones to say it? I feel like she's got bigger cojones than most men.
How about that? Gabby Union, that's going to make headlines. Gabby Union, bigger cojones than most men.
Yep.
I like it. John, if I sounded a little distracted, like I wasn't totally listening, it's because I was a little distracted and wasn't totally listening, because I am super excited about my first story here. You ready?
Bring it in.
So Chris Russo, who I love, the Mad
Dog, who drives me nuts.
He has had an absolute career resurgence since joining Stephen A. Smith on First Take on ESPN. Would you agree with this statement? Chris
yes.
Russo, one of the pioneers, if not maybe one of the founders of
screaming in the radio.
Of sports talk radio, what John and I do here with Mike Francesa on WFAN with Mike and the Mad Dog. ESPN is seeking a reunion to get Mike Francesa in with Mad Dog Russo once a week on First Take with Stephen A. How about that? I mean, we got a little Mike and the Mad Dog happening on First Take every day. A little Mike, a little Mad Dog. Mike be like,
let me just tell you.
All right, dog, we got, all right, Mike, we got, I can't do it, I'll tell you that.
You're doing
Mike,
it good.
Mike, we're going to Washington this week. Giants go to Washington. Ron Rivera, no more cancer treatments. What do you think? They also want to New York. I don't know, dog. I'm thinking Giants cover, but they don't win the game.
Yeah, Giants cover. That was perfect.
I mean, how about that? That would be. Can you imagine Mike and the Mad Dog? Oh man, play the theme song.
I feel bad for Molly.
Mike and the Mad Dog, Sports Radio 66 WFAN. They're talking sports, going at it as hard as they can. Do. Do we talk sports going at it as hard as we can, John?
Nope.
Is that we should have a different tagline.
Yeah, we don't.
Why don't we have a theme song like that? We play that music at the beginning. Someone says, this is Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. We need a theme song, John. How much would it cost somebody to hire them to do a theme song?
Hey, Jay, do your Jennifer Coolidge impression.
Oh, you like my Jennifer Coolidge impression?
Yeah.
It takes me a minute.
She's so good.
I can't do these
Stifler's
off-rip.
mom.
I can't do these off-rip like that. I have another story, though.
Oh, I got a story, too.
Oh, please go ahead.
You know we were talking about weird things in the world? Do you know that do you know what a taxidermist is?
Oh, you're talking about this is Australia.
No, actually, we might have two totally different stories.
Okay, go do your taxidermy
First one,
story.
okay, so...
They stuff dead animals, by the way.
They do stuff dead animals.
Or people, really just any dead anything.
Yeah, if you kill it, they will kind of make it look lifelike, you know what I'm saying? And then they'll, you hang it in your house or something, like a bird or a deer.
A raccoon.
Or a tiger. I don't think you can shoot a tiger.
A bear.
You know my cousin has a tiger.
A raccoon?
Actually,
a real-life tiger?
No. It's a taxidermist tiger. See, my great-grandfather, Bill Cockcroft, went out and shot a lot of animals. He had the largest trophy case in the world. Had a polar bear.
Who's your
In
quarterback?
fact, we have a polar bear for Christmas. Instead of a Christmas tree, we have a polar bear and we put a hat on him.
Who's your relative that was a quarterback that I made fun of for having more interceptions than touchdowns in his NFL career?
Anyway, J.J. Watt was a taxidermist sent J.J. Watt a stuffed badger, and he said it's the weirdest thing he's ever got in his life.
But he's a badger.
I know, he played at Wisconsin.
Exactly, he's a badger.
But dude, this is a real badger. Badgers look actually mean. I don't know, man. I think that's weird. Now, give me your Australian story, because you said that you had a taxidermist story.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not one of my stories. It's not, I did see a story, but I passed up on it to not mention it. No. In Australia, they're, like, crossing, like, a platypus with a cat and, like, sewing it together and making it yeah.
Wait.
And it's
like,
called a
this
catapus.
is not a DNA thing.
No, it's taxidermy. They're, like, sewing it together and stuffing it, and they're calling it a catapus.
That is a weird story.
That's great, man.
All right.
That's not one of my stories, though. My story was that Ronaldo, John, you know the soccer player Ronaldo?
Yes, it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
And he recently signed to play soccer in what country?
Saudi Arabia.
Yes. So
How do I know that?
How?
I just took a wild guess because I thought, who's somebody right now that's just trying to sports wash their entire image? Would be the Saudis with the Live Tour.
Exactly
and now
right.
they went out there and, man, what a great guess. I
And
didn't even know
F1.
that Saudi Arabians had a soccer team.
And Formula One, actually, neither did I.
Now,
But
can he drink alcohol? Because if you go there, like, can he get in trouble? Like, they couldn't, like, take him out, can they?
I don't know what they would do with him.
Like, because he's kind of,
he's a big deal.
He's a dude who, walks by the beat of his own drum. He's very serious about his statues having a very
big penis.
Yes, it's very weird situation there.
Big bulge. Anyway, he has been signed to Saudi Arabia, and yesterday he had his introductory press conference, and he says in his press conference, quote, John, this is a quote. You ready? This is a quote. He says in his press conference, "I still have a lot of good soccer to play here in South Africa."
Who, Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yes, that's
He's the one who said that?
Yeah, he said it yesterday.
He said South Africa?
Yeah, in his press conference while in Saudi Arabia announcing him with the team.
Was he drunk?
No.
Was he trying to make a funny?
No.
Did they catch it?
It's going everywhere on the internet, yeah.
Well,
it's just a mistake, honest mistake, but he didn't correct himself. I don't think he realized he made the mistake till later. Nonetheless, that's what happened yesterday. I really thought you were going to like that story a lot more. You seem a little distracted.
I make mistakes all the time, so no.
So it's hard to hold someone else accountable.
And I say things like I'm not going to say the mistake I made earlier today when I was talking about Darvin Ham, but it was accidental.
Yeah,
it was off the air.
Mistake. He played at Texas Tech, Lakers coach.
Yep, Lakers coach.
I'm ringing the bell too much. I have another story, John.
All right,
this is a really good story. Give it to you. Gross. The Joker, you know the Joker in the comics, Batman comics, the Joker?
Yeah, he passed away, Heath Ledger.
Yeah, well, that was just the actor that played him the one time. Like, Jack Nicholson played the Joker once. He's still
Jack
alive.
played the Joker, too?
Oh, yeah, with Michael Keaton.
Like the dude
Michael
who's
Keaton
always
Batman.
at the Laker games?
Yeah.
Big Jack.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever see One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
I have. I talked about that yesterday.
Good show.
A great show.
Did you ever see Easy Rider?
Yes, actually.
Let's see, what else?
Jack, one of the best. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is one of the best movies of all time.
Not bad. Have you ever seen him in The Shining?
Oh yeah.
Dude, more scary, his face or the kid on the big wheel?
His face.
His face, yeah, I agree.
It's scary.
Man, that dude's done pretty good with an ugly face.
I'm telling you what.
There is hope for us.
But no, it's not an ugly face. He just his face was ugly, like the way he made the smiling,
He's also bald.
He's balding.
I mean, let's be real. I mean,
he's also an old man. That's what happens when you get older.
Well,
John.
Jack, when he was young, was losing his hair too.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your story again?
John, the Joker's pregnant.
Huh?
The Joker is pregnant. In the DC Comics, Batman, the Joker is pregnant. Now, he's not in the traditional sense you would say, all these snowflakes nowadays, they think anybody can get pregnant. No. It was a result of another villain named Zatanna, casting an evil spell on him that put a baby in his stomach, and now he's pregnant.
That's weird.
I agree.
I'd rather go back to talking about Jack. Remember A Few Good Men?
I love that
You
movie.
can't handle the
You
truth.
can't handle Tom Cruise in that movie, too.
Tom Cruise is in every single movie, and you know what's so weird? We know he's fake because he looks the same age from the time he was doing Risky Business to the second Top Gun.
Give me your best Jack Nicholson, You Can't Handle the Truth.
You can't handle the truth.
That's
Nope,
good,
that's not
man.
very
That's
good.
pretty good.
It's not very good.
You can't handle the truth.
That was horrible. I'm sorry.
Give me back my son.
That's Mel Gibson.
That's Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
In Ransom.
Give me back my son.
You should see all these movies if you haven't seen any of them.
I feel bad about myself because you know how bad I am about watching anything other than sports. I
Yeah.
kind of suck at the TV situation.
Yeah, but you like action movies. John, action, I gotta be honest with you. Old, good movies and old action movies
I
are
know
in your
those
wheelhouse.
because, man, that's when I was younger.
What's your favorite action movie? Best action movie?
Oh, God. I have best action movie?
Or just best, macho man action. I'll even have you include
Oh.
Rocky, Rambo.
Dude, Apocalypse Now.
Great movie.
Dude,
Great
my man is
movie.
in the jungle, ain't playing no games up in that joint. You know what I'm saying?
I got one for you.
All right.
Point Break. It's hard to get any better than
Keanu
Point
Reeves.
Break, man.
Yeah, they surf.
They surf.
They rob banks. They jump out of airplanes.
That's such a good movie.
Damn, that is a good one.
That's a great
I gotta
movie.
give you credit for something for once. By the way, though, back to TV. I haven't watched Lamar.
We forgot to
Sex,
watch
drugs,
it. And the Kardashians.
And it's not my fault.
Why? You got distracted.
I got distracted with gambling. Was doing a few bets.
Sports on. Was that yesterday it was on?
No, it was on Monday, I believe. So therefore, we can probably watch it on the
Hulu.
The whatever. You know,
The
once they
Amazon.
play it, you just
The on demand.
Yeah, the on demand. Thank you. I couldn't think what that was called.
And nowadays there's so many streaming services. Here's what we'll do, John. We'll give it till Monday. If you can watch it over the weekend, that's going to be a hard one on Monday. Is us breaking down what happened, what he said in sex, drugs, and the Kardashians.
I have to say, I still feel like he's a liar. He did say that he went to a brothel intending to not have any sex,
Yeah,
to not
maybe.
do any drugs, and to not do any drinking.
Great text from a texter here for action movies. Roadhouse, another excellent Patrick Swayze movie. He kicks ass.
The
in that
Swayze
movie.
is not here anymore, is he?
No, Patrick Swayze's still alive.
I
Isn't
think he died, buddy.
Did he really?
I'm pretty sure that he did. In fact, I think every
Actually, I
woman
think you're
mourned that
right.
day.
Oh, he did? Yeah, 2009. Wow, I forgot Patrick Swayze died. I feel like we've had actually this exact conversation on the air before.
Dude,
yeah, Point Break,
hold on.
Roadhouse
Is this
great.
a glitch in the Matrix?
It could. That's another Keanu Reeves movie. Oh, it's good stuff, man.
Good action movie as well. Don't y'all dare touch the dial. We have bets on the other side. Sports 56, 98.5 FM.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Right now is a great time to take advantage of Choate's winter specials by upgrading your furnace, switching to a Renai tankless water heater, or getting $50 off air duct cleaning. By now, you most likely have heard of the benefits of UV light technology for your HVAC system. Purchase any new Carrier furnace right now, and we will install one for you at no additional cost. For those who have not installed a tankless water heater yet, what are you waiting on? Stop wasting utilities heating water you do not use and getting frustrated taking cold showers or baths. Right now, when you purchase a Renai tankless water heater, Choates will install one premium toilet for free in your home. And Choates is offering $50 off its air duct cleaning services. Not only does this service get the years of dust out of your ducts, it also helps the indoor air quality you and your family breathe every day. All these specials qualify for 18 months, no interest financing with approved credit. So call 347-8086 to schedule your free estimate today. Turn to the experts with Choates and let our family serve your family.
You don't have to go through yet another year with that knee pain or back pain. People with chronic joint pain are getting real lasting relief from QC Kinetics. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. Their unique protocols use healing agents from your own body to target aching joints, repairing and restoring damaged tissue. So you can move again with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Got shoulder pain, excruciating hip pain? If you have any arthritis pain or lingering pain from an injury, don't let them operate on you or give you more steroids, and say no to the pain pills. Call QC Kinetics and see if their life-changing, all-natural treatments can get you living your best life in the new year. I'm telling you, people are raving about these treatments. And appointments are available as soon as next week. Make 2023 the year you say goodbye to joint pain. Call QC Kinetics for a free consultation. 901-445-1010. 901-445-1010. That's 901-445-1010 for QC Kinetics.
Welcome to Triumph Auto Sales, where you'll have a great car buying experience. Triumph Auto Sales is your #1 source of quality pre-owned vehicles ranging from lease returns to new car trades, all at huge savings. Plus, Triumph has a full array of financing options to meet your needs. Find your next car online at triumphautosales.com or stop in today at 4875 Elmore Road. Triumph Auto Sales will help you get the vehicle you want at the price you need and the service you deserve. For a great car and a great experience from a local and family-owned business, visit Triumph Auto Sales.
Hey, Zeke, where's Gabe? There's no easy way to say this, so I'm just going to say it. Over the holidays, Gabe ate himself into a Central Barbecue food coma. He what now? Between all the Central Barbecue takeout and all the Central Barbecue gift cards that he got.
He ate himself into a Central Barbecue food coma.
Exactly. He's completely unresponsive except when there's a game on.
Isn't that pretty much always the case with Gabe?
Now it's even worse. Thanks to Central Barbecue and Gabe's addiction to it, he couldn't even be roused to watch the Camellia Bowl.
Well, what can we do? Is there a cure?
We have no way of knowing. All we can do now is wait and pray.
But you gotta be willing to take the hit and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that and that ain't you. You're better than that.
Now, back to Sports 56 Happy Hour on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Tito's Vodka. Here once again, Johnny Radio.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I'm your buddy Johnny Radio. Jay Morgan Harder's in the house, or is it Jennifer Coolidge?
You don't have to be such an ass.
That was pretty good.
You gotta do like
mom.
a peanut butter's on the roof.
Stifler's mom, man.
Oh, I'm so horny now.
That's definitely Stifler's mother. And she's also in that great show, White Lotus.
She is.
I actually saw the first season of White Lotus. Is number 2 any good?
I've heard mixed reviews, to be honest with you. I've actually heard from some people that the character development isn't very good in season 2. Now we're getting into like me taking a film class and what we're talking about in like my film
Hey, we're
class
just showing. We're just letting you nerd out.
I'm nerding out. Yeah, we just talked about all those action movies. I love. There you go. Yeah, I've heard the season 2 I heard the finale was terrible, and that season 2 there wasn't a lot of character development. The characters aren't very deep. Like you don't learn a lot about them. So I've heard mixed reviews.
All right. Well. I guess maybe I won't be watching White Lotus.
Aubrey Plaza's having a moment though right now, John.
Who is that?
Aubrey Plaza?
I don't know.
She's having a moment.
Who is she?
She's an actress.
Is she okay?
She's good looking. She's in White Lotus. She's in a TV show called Parks and Recreation. She's in a bunch of movies that have recently come out. I'm telling you, Aubrey Plaza's having a moment right now, John.
Okay. Well, we have some basketball to bet on tonight. We got NBA action. Plus, we do have a little college action that I'm interested in. You got Purdue on the road at Ohio State in Columbus. Ohio State's a 1.5-point favorite. That total's 140. You also have another interesting little matchup tonight. You down with a little USC-UCLA action. UCLA, 10th in the country, 11-point favorite at home against their rival USC. Can the boys get it done at Pauley Pavilion and win by 12?
I know all about all of those teams, John.
I knew you did. That's why I was asking you. Now, let's get to your picks for real. The Grizzlies on the road against the Magic. It's a back-to-back, but they didn't really have to play basketball last night because Charlotte didn't even try. In fact, 31 seconds that John Morant was on the court, he was just standing over the basketball in the back court, wasting the time away because nobody decided to come guard him. That was embarrassing.
That's still wild to be honest.
So are we taking Grizzlies minus the 7?
I'm going to stay away from that game because if you twisted my arm and said, like, I need a pick from you on this game, I would probably take Magic in the points, to be honest with you. Now, I think the Grizzlies probably win the game, but the Magic are a competitive basketball team. They also were well-rested. Jalen Suggs didn't even play last night for them, so he comes back totally well-rested coming into a game tonight. And they beat the Thunder pretty good last night, I think. So I don't think here, I have the box score in front of me right here. Paolo played 35 minutes. He's the only starter that played over 30 minutes. Cole Anthony came off the bench, and he played 30 minutes. But then you have Bol, who I don't think is going to be back. He's in health and safety protocols. And then Jalen Suggs coming back. So I think they're well-rested as well. So if you made me pick someone in that game, I would probably take the Magic plus the points.
Wow.
Even though I think the Grizzlies might win.
Are you going to take the Mavericks plus 3 points at home versus the Celtics?
I'm not,
The Celtics
John.
just gave up 150 points to the Thunder.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect chance to bet the Celtics. I think the Celtics are not going to lose 3 straight. They have not lost 3 straight games all season. Everyone likes to say the Mavericks are hot, but if you go through and look at their schedule, they've played a lot of home games in that span, and the teams they played are not the most powerful of teams in the NBA either. Not to say there's easy games, but all those things are working in their favor in that regard to win 7 straight. There's no way in my mind the Celtics lose 3 straight. I took them minus the 2.
This will be their 3rd game on the road. They lost in Denver, They lost in Oklahoma City, and now I think they're going to lose in Dallas. Telling you, Dan, take Luka over and under 52.5. I'm going over.
John, here's the Mavericks on this 7-game win streak. In Minnesota, in Houston against the Rockets, at home against the Lakers, at home against the Knicks. That was a really good game. At home against the Rockets again, at the Spurs, at the Rockets. So 3 games against the Rockets. They beat the Lakers, Knicks at home, and also the Spurs on the road. I think I love this team. Don't get me wrong, but if there's ever been a fraudulent 7-game win streak, it's this one with the Mavs. And the Celtics are the best team in the NBA. I really like this bet tonight. I know that I'm not going to be able to convince you, but the listeners out there, I really like the Celtics.
So Jay's on the Celtics, John's on the Mavs. We're going to find out who's right tomorrow.
Head to head.
Little tonight action, 6:30 on TNT. You can watch that bad boy. Also, the late night game at 9 o'clock. Usually too late to stay up, but guess what? I'm excited about this one because I like Denver at home. They're a 5-point favorite. Denver's very, very good. They're 14-3 at their house. I don't know if you know this. That Jokic guy's pretty good.
Good MVP, John.
Could be. Right now, I don't think playoff Paul and the Clippers go on the road and get it done. They're a 500 basketball team on the road. They're 10-10 this year.
I hope Kawhi plays.
So why? Because you can see a C form of Kawhi Leonard when he's out there trying to play basketball.
They've been great when Kawhi's been on the floor.
They've been great when Kawhi.
Yeah, you're not gonna make fun of the way I said it.
Whatever, Jennifer Coolidge.
I'm so horny now.
That is Jay Morgan. I am John Harden. It is time for us to get out of here. I hope everybody gets out there, make this world a better place. We're going to see you on the flip side. Peace.
Ain't nobody gonna die.